Are gear reviews a complete and utter waste of everybody's time and simply grinding away the hours of our life for nothing in return? As somebody who has made goodness knows how many gear review videos over a period of maybe 15 years plus, I certainly hope not, but it is a question that's worth asking once in a while. So the reason I'm thinking about this at the moment is that a while ago I had a comment on one of my tent reviews, and it said words to the effect of, everybody always shows this tent going up in perfect ground conditions, why not show it up a mountain where it's sloped and it's rocky? And I thought, that's a great video idea. Take my new tent out and film myself putting it up in increasingly bad ground conditions. And so I set out and I actually took it up to some woodland where the ground itself is quite sloped. There's loads of broken sticks and branches all over the ground, but more significantly, the ground is really, really soft. It's inches and inches of completely dusty, dry soil, millions of pine needles, and like I say, ground down dust of broken trees over generations. And so I pitched it there. I actually had to use twigs rather than pegs because the ground was so soft. I needed the extra depth to be able to drive in to get the guy lines out. And as I was doing that, I was thinking, brilliant, next stop, I'm going to go up to an abandoned quarry where the ground is just a thin smear of grass over a rocky surface, and the ground is covered in thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of stones and broken rock from generations of quarrying. The last place you'd ever want to pitch a tent. And then, luckily, before I made the effort of travelling up there, I thought, hang on, what am I doing here? What am I trying to prove? I am taking a tent to places it's not designed to go, and then what am I thinking? I'm going to go, look at that. I thought this tent was brilliant when I was sleeping in it up in the woods and in fields and everything, and when I was loving my time in it, I was really happy with this tent. But now I fetched it to somewhere that it's not designed to be used, I realised it's rubbish. What a load of rubbish. This tent won't even go across sheer rock faces. You see what I'm trying to get? Maybe that's an over-the-top illustration, but you see what I'm saying here. That I realised, luckily, before I went too far into that video, all I was trying to do was take something that wasn't designed to be there and put it there and then go, oh, that didn't work. Like I say, a useless bit of information that by the very nature of the tent was already obvious. Now, if this was some sort of extreme weather tent, then of course you would expect it to go up in more challenging conditions and environments. However, this was a trekking pole tent, literally designed to be as lightweight and portable as possible, so that hopefully if you couldn't pitch up in a quarry, it would be nice and lightweight and you'd have your trekking poles to just carry on walking a little bit more to somewhere more suitable, you know, like general camping and wild camping. So anyway, luckily I decided to stop that video before it went too far. Then, more recently, I posted a video of a review and talking about some boots that I had. So, 2 different pairs of boots of the same style. I'd been wearing them for maybe 16 or 17 months or so, obviously walking all the time. The shoes had probably appeared on camera, I don't know, maybe literally hundreds of times during that period that I was talking about them in the review. And I liked them so much that I bought another pair of both of those shoes. So I basically bought 4 pairs of the same type of boot ultimately. And that was my theme of the video. I really like them. This is loads of footage of me wearing them in all sorts of conditions and all the rest of it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I've actually gone out and bought another 2 pairs. There's my information for you to see what you think and decide. I noticed the sun is just creeping around, shining through the trees onto the camera lens, so I may have to get up and move that in a second. Hopefully I'll have smoothly edited that with a cutaway to some other footage of boots or something. So anyway, simple video talking about boots and ultimately ending with me saying I like them so much I've bought another 2 pairs of them. No word of a lie, I've had at least 2 really foul-mouthed comments on that, basically saying that I'm completely wrong and the boots are rubbish. And I mean, firstly, it raises alarm bells if somebody can't emotionally regulate themselves to respond calmly in a form where they have to type out the words. They're not just losing their temper and shouting it. They have to sit down, type the words, and then send it. But then to do that over me saying I like a pair of boots, again, maybe I take that comment with more of a pinch of salt than somebody who's reasonably saying, oh, well, I found that they were not very good and they weren't waterproof after the first week, or whatever a random criticism may be. In fact, I'm sure if you look on my boot reviews now, you'll find loads of dissenting comments saying, well, actually, I think these are better, I think these are better. No problem with that. One of the hearts of what I'm going to say, and the point of this video is me saying, I'm not saying that I'm right about anything ever. I can only tell you my experience of something using that thing as its nature of what it's meant to be. Is it a boot? Is it a lightweight tent? Is it a camping chair? Completely interrupting myself here. This camping chair is a perfect example. This is what I want this video to be. The theme of this video is, we can all do gear reviews, we can all look at gear reviews, and we can only take away the parts that are relevant to our own use. And I can only tell you things that are relevant to my use. So for example, this chair, I absolutely love it. You now see me using it not just for my camping trips, but when I'm generally out and about walking and stopping for a break, whether I'm doing outdoor cooking or even just enjoying being outside when I'm not filming. And equally, even now when I am filming and it's become a prop in the video where it was meant to be just something that I decided to sit down on because it's more comfortable to sit out in the woods than be on my feet endlessly while I'm yapping away at the camera. But I love this, and I of course said that in my video review. However, I'm well aware that there are people, a lot of people, who are a lot taller than me, there are people who are a lot heavier than me, who may look at a tiny camping chair like this, and rather than thinking, oh yeah, it's comfortable enough and it's really packable and portable and all the rest of it, they might think, flipping heck, that's a tiny chair. Goodness me, I'm going to sink, I'm practically sat on the ground. I'm too tall, my legs are going to be out all over the campsite because I can't bend them at the knee because I'm so low to the ground. There's a million ways that other people may criticise this, and that will be 100% correct. Just as me saying, oh, it's really handy and it's comfortable and I like it and I use it all the time, is also correct. And this is what I think and what I try and say in my reviews. A lot of my reviews, if you look, are just loads and loads of footage of me setting up a tent, breaking it down, wearing boots, just generally trying to show you stuff, generally trying to overload you with footage. Let me try and say this in a way that makes any sense to anybody, because I've just spoken for about 5 minutes and it's all useless. So I can only talk about something based on my own moment-to-moment use of that item. The only thing I know that is absolutely true is my own experience with an item. Otherwise, I'm just summarising what other people have said about it. And so when I talk about this chair, I love this chair, it's brilliant, great. I could then get somebody, a really tall person, to come in and on the same video go, oh, actually, I'm too tall for it, or the chair's too small for me, depending on your point of view. I didn't like the fact that my legs had to be out because I was too tall to bend my knees. It's given me a bad back, etc. And what wouldn't happen if I did that on a video review is people in the comments would start going, well, Dan must be an idiot. He said how good it was, and then that person came on screen and started saying it was rubbish. Or vice versa. It would just be a video with multiple perspectives in. But because there are a significant amount of people who view the internet as some sort of online rolling battle game where every opportunity to say something opposing is a chance to say, yes, I told that person, yes, I won. I know that reviews and everything are far more contentious than they would have been in the old days, where people just said, oh, I want to buy a tent or a chair or whatever. Oh, yeah, it looks okay. Or, oh, no, I don't like that. Move on. So the other side of the coin to me only being able to talk about my own experience with any certainty is I can only review something based on the nature of what it's meant to be. So, for example, I do a lot of walking in rivers and various bits of water. I wear old boots to do that, I wear new boots to do that. I just wear whatever I'm wearing if I think, oh yeah, we'll hop in that river and wade across it or downstream for a bit, etc. What I don't expect is for those boots to be dry when I get out. I don't wade in a river for 20 minutes and then get out expecting my feet to be completely untouched by water. And not many people would. And what I don't do is then start criticising the boots for not keeping the water out when they've been under, I don't know, waist deep water for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And that's similar, and this is what draws us back around to the idea of reviewing the tent in unsuitable conditions. I can't take a tent that's a simple trekking pole tent, designed to be lightweight, designed to be really portable and all the rest of it. I can't take that tent to unsuitable conditions or out in gale force winds and then complain if it doesn't perform. That's not the nature of what the tent is for. Now, if it was a really sturdy, heavy-duty tent that's meant to be for extreme conditions, and I pitch it up on a rocky ground surface, and then the ground sheet is immediately splitting and tearing over the rocks, perhaps then I could say, well, hang on, I thought this was meant for this condition. That would be a legitimate criticism. But if I take a really lightweight tent that doesn't even come with its own poles out to a hillside and I pitch it on an angle, and then I'm in there getting battered by the weather, etc., and trying to sleep at a 45-degree angle sliding down, I can't really criticise the tent because I've pitched it at an angle on a mountainside. It's not the nature of the tent to guarantee me a safe or a secure night's sleep no matter where I pitch it. In the same way, you wouldn't pitch it in the middle of a road and then complain if suddenly you were surrounded by a traffic jam when you woke up in the morning. Say, oh, this tent's rubbish, it's really noisy. All I could hear was car horns honking all night. And I think that's the core here, that ultimately, when I do a video review, I just try, like I say, I just try and overload you with footage. I try and overload you with, oh, I wore it here, I used it here, this is it, this is it. Yeah, it's great, it's simple, it's cheap, or it's maybe a bit expensive. I can only say what I think based on what I've done with it. Otherwise, as I say, I'm just trying to summarise other people's views, and that's literally useless. That's a job for some sort of artificial intelligence tool, I would say. Anyway, that's just a few thoughts, and I suppose it's only really inspired this video based on some of the extreme rhetoric that I've seen on simple things like boot review videos that, as I say, you just wouldn't believe people could get so excitable, we'll say. We'll be kind, we'll say it's an excitable, we'll say it's passion that they've got about me saying that I like some boots and having quite a negative response to that statement. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I don't know if this was in any way interesting or at least helped you pass a bit of time in the day while you're doing other stuff, listening to me waffle on in the background. Until the next time though, I want to say a massive thank you to all of my supporters, whether that's Patreon, PayPal, YouTube channel membership, Facebook subscriptions, and all of these other services that are in existence these days. I cannot thank you enough for the support. And as for everybody, as always, I can't thank you enough just for spending your time watching and listening to these videos. I'll leave a load of links in the description to me doing all sorts of stuff all over the internet. But until the next time, my friends, have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it interesting. Keep it gear review worthy. And of course, my friends, farewell. See ya, see ya, see ya. It's a long way to the camera to switch it off.